Everyone, welcome back to the Social Club. So Raheem Sterling was sent off playing for Manchester City. He scored a 96th, 97th minute winner for the club at Bournemouth. Celebrated, I say, excessively with the fans. Received the second yellow card and was sent off. Now, I think this is a massive load of bollocks. Where do we stand on this stake? First and foremost, players getting sent off for celebrating.
Did Gary Neville get suspended when he did it against you guys and he did that with a shirt?
I think that was an after the. It might have been an after the fact thing. They went back because that was inciting because he was celebrating in front of the Liverpool fans.
Not really. He didn't leave the pitch.
Yeah.
He just sort of was. He was. I don't think he went to the area. He was miles away. That was nonsense.
Of course.
If he's left the pitch, then because I haven't seen it. If he's left the pitch, then that's a bookable offence and he shouldn't have done it. But yeah, the principle of celebrating with fans and getting booked is a joke because that's what we're all there to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
If I scored at Old Trafford, I'm in the Stretford end. Don't worry about that. I'm getting straight in the mix. I mean, I can't imagine the adrenaline rush that you get for scoring a winner in
the problem with this is it's Bournemouth. Now, I don't know. You've seen this, but I don't know if you've seen it in the past because you had a very similar incident like last season. The fans are very close to the pitch. They're right there, and they spill out over. They've spilt out over onto the pitch. So there's fans on the turf. The stewards and the police start wading in. Now, what we've got in this situation...
I did see this on the floor.
The Football Supporters Federation have accused police and stewards of using disproportionate force. And Aguero was reported for striking a steward, which was then withdrawn later on video evidence. It's a shit show.
It is.
And it's another thing for me that feeds into this whole atmosphere of football fans are just evil people out to ruin the game.
It's great. Bournemouth's ground is not up to Premier League specifications. It simply isn't. It's a very small, compact ground, and it's that away end. We had it, and I think others have had it. We scored the last minute goal there, and I don't even think Sterling went into the crowd. I think the crowd went into him.
Yeah.
I think he got right up close and then they've poured over to him. You can imagine it's the last minute you scored a winner, the adrenaline goes through you. You know, you want to celebrate and they've just rushed forward, which has its own problems. That shows you the state of the ground. Yeah. And then what we seen afterwards was absolute farcical. The guy was on the ground and the stewards had him one arm each behind his back.
Did he break his arm?
And well, I don't know about that, but he's got him on the floor and all Aguero was saying is to him, what are you doing? How is this?
He wasn't aggressive, Aguero, was he? He was He was questioning and he was persistent, but he wasn't aggressive.
And they go, get away. They go, get away. And then the police come over. And then the steward, the little shit house, says he claimed he touched them when he didn't. And that's been proven, so they've had to pull that out. And it's just a joke. Fans go the game. And we put up with loads already. I went to the Etihad last week. 3 checkpoints. Fine. I appreciate that under the circumstances of the world we live in at the moment. You can understand that. But to get in the ground and then you have, the things with, you're not allowed to drink ale in your seats and the conditions we have to put up with as fans for the money we pay. Yeah. It wouldn't be put up with in anything else, in any other industry.
Imagine going to the cinema.
Yeah.
Imagine going to the cinema and treated the way you are.
Imagine telling the people the cricket that they couldn't have a bevy in the
seats. You looked after in every other sport.
Cricket would be the shittest spectator sport.
Sober watching cricket like what?
Just cooking
away. Going to America and going to their sports and not being to eat and drink in your seat. Yeah. That's the point of it. Yeah. You're there for like 17 hours. Yeah. You're going to bevy and you're going to eat. That's where they make their money. And I just think, as football fans, we're treated like shite. I mean, last week our fans went to Split and couldn't be guaranteed their safety by their police. That was what they said to us. Yeah. We can't. And as football fans, we're just second-class citizens.
Yeah. No, it's you got it's an interesting comment here. Reece Clark says Sterling should have stopped on the pitch, not going right up to him. Now, I think exactly. I think looking back on it, it's dead easy to say that. But I'm sorry, you've just scored a fucking. If you scored a goal, I'm sorry, but if I score a goal in 5-a-side and someone goes like that to me, I'm sorry, but I'm running into them as one person. It's not like thousands of people screaming.
We criticise modern footballers for not having connections with fans. You can't then on the same hand say, no, get in there, get in the away end. I would want to see them in the away end. That's what it's about. You want to feel that the players feel what you feel. Otherwise, what are we doing looking at these 11 dickheads?
Going on cheeky sport does not contribute being in touch with the fans. Actually having a relationship with the fans by feeling what you feel. Because Steve just said that we said earlier on another video, you want relationships to form between fans and players. You don't want to feel Like there's a
you don't want to see they're just doing a job, do you?
Exactly.
Well, look at fucking Mario Balotelli, you know, like, I don't celebrate when he scores. There's a postman celebrate when he posts letters. You know, he's just a bellend, it's a massive bellend. But, you know, that's why you're right, there's a disconnect if he does that. Particularly given how much people don't like Raheem Sterling as well. Imagine if he just went, you know what I mean? Like, you're not fucking Cantona, you prick. You know what I mean? Get on with it. I think, I totally agree with this, is that he's swept up in the moment. He's got every right. And we've seen it happen time and time again. I remember it goes back to Ian Robin, wasn't it, years ago, got booked for this when he stood on the sponsor board, didn't he, and celebrated. And I think he was one of the first to get booked for that.
The Etihad and took his shirt off. It was his first game for Everton, took his shirt off. And got second bookable and sent off. What the fuck?
Yeah, but this is which is
Is
mad.
Giggs' goal in that FA Cup semi-final the same without him taking his shirt off and spinning it round?
Yeah.
These are the iconic moments that we watch sport for.
Yeah.
You don't watch sport for people passing it around a back four into the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
You watch it for getting launched in the top corner and then the carnage afterwards.
And I was going to say, actually, you know, I think there's maybe a case if you're going up to the away fans. But I'll be honest, I'd be a massive hypocrite to say it, because one of my favourite moments in football is Adebayor running the full length of the pitch for Man City and knee sliding in front of the Arsenal fans. And again, he's putting himself in danger. They don't have to stuff that gets thrown at his head. But when you see, it's like the whole feed into the people not celebrating against former clubs and all that kind of stuff. The passion there. If you're having to check yourself, then I think there's a problem there. If you're not if you're not emoting because you don't need to check yourself, you're a fucking weirdo and football's dead. If you've got these are not human beings anymore. How can
you bury a last minute winner? Like you said, at 5-a-side, on FIFA, on Footy Manager, no matter where you bury a last minute winner, celebrating.
I can't count how many times I've scored late winners in this office against someone on Pro Evo, and I've lapped the room. Yeah, Tom knows. I've literally got up and done a lap of the room because you do it. It's crazy.
The problem's of excessive stewarding. If they'd have just picked them all up and launched them back in, there's no story.
Yeah,
there might be a story about him getting booked.
Let it wind down. I get it, because there is a fan, and here's the thing about stewards. Stewards are not like uber trained professionals. Now the police are meant to be, but stewards are just people who look like the football club, want to earn a few bob. Like, you know, me soon to be father-in-law is one of them. Just goes to Everton, loves Everton, gets to see a bit of the game and gets to go and do that. He earns a pittance for doing it, but it's a thing. He's not a security guard. I mean, he is. That's also his side job. But, you know, but these people, you know, they're like the students and the people who don't have full-time employment and all this kind of stuff. Like, so it shouldn't be put on them. But again, I get there is a potential danger there of some lunatic stabbing a multi-millionaire or whatever. Like, and maybe that would be the point. But it just feeds into the whole thing.
Can't nerf the world, mate. You got to let risk be there.
No, I agree, and particularly in moments like this, because what do they want? What's the alternative to
I guarantee the Premier League's using it on a promo when they all go nuts.
Yeah, but you're not wrong. Like,
you can't have it both ways,
I think there's a couple of issues there, and it's clearly Bournemouth need to sort out what their organisation or their stand or whatever. And there's just
what did Aguero do when they drew the league with us? At that moment, when they drew the league with United.
What the league?
Yeah, you heard. When they drew the league with us, what did Aguero do? He was in the crowd there, wasn't he?
I don't know what this situation is he's talking about. Is this the one when Aguero wins the league with the last minute goal?
Drew the league.
Aguero, that one, the one where Balotelli plays him in and he scores and they win the league.
Drew.
But they lift the Premier League title.
We
at the
got
end.
loads just like
and they lift the Premier League title at the end. Sounds okay, yeah.
But he was in the crowd then, though, wasn't he?
I'm sure. Exactly.
I'll tell you one thing it does bring into question, though, is the whole seating thing. We're told, you know, if anyone's worried about bringing in rail seating, well, this shows you another reason why it should be brought in.
Yeah, exactly. This is the thing. We've seen this. Like, I've got my mate too at Liverpool Olympiacos when Gerrard scores that screamer, and he's like, my knees were just and shins were just cut to buggery at the end of it and battered and bruised because I just fell down rows of seats effectively trying to celebrate. And that's another thing. And it's a wider conversation for another day. But I totally agree. That's another case for that, because again, that doesn't happen in rail seating. It's not possible, or it's a lot more difficult. And let's be honest, if you're then climbing over your rail to get that, then yeah, absolutely, you get yanked and you get pulled to one. So yeah, exactly. Like, you know.
I've got scars on my shin from when Michael Owen scored that winner against City, and I ended up the seat in front of me had snapped, and that was from the weight of people coming from behind us. I ended up like 10 rows down, and I'm like 8 seats from the gangway. But I was on the other side of the gangway. It was just absolutely carnage, and that's not the first time that's happened.
Yeah, no, exactly. And that's the thing, is that what is the thing? You can't. What are we going to do? Stop footballers from celebrating? No, because football. That is the
Game's
end of
dead,
football.
if
You can't, that's the only moment of joy left in being a fucking football fan, is celebrating a goal, isn't it? Now, if you're now being told you can't celebrate, or it's unsafe to celebrate, then let's pack it. Let's Crown Green Bowls is clearly the way forward. Let's see if Sky can hype that shit up. That'll be 10 years from now. Neons and stabbings.
It's literally why we're at the ground, is to see that.
It's bollocks. It's complete and utter bollocks. Ross, have you got some comments for us?
Yeah, Luke Cannon says, the FA are trying to take all the emotion out of the game. The emotion and drama is what makes it the best sport in the world. The videotape, the cards are celebrating, make it more like rugby. Rugby is shit.
Yeah, I know. Rugby is shit.
It is. It's for wolves.
But this is the thing. This is the thing about it, isn't it? Supporting a football team isn't fun. It's not an enjoyable experience supporting a football team.
It's 99% aggro. The tiniest little percent of explosion.
Exactly. You don't do it for the fucking constant fucking joy and glory. It's horrendous. Horrendous being on football. Exactly. And you do, because I say all these big games that get hyped up like they're the big part of football, they're the worst. Everything about football is fucking hard work and stressful, but apart from when goals go in. And ultimately they're the bits that you remember. And if you score enough of them goals, then eventually someone hands you a fucking piece of silverware that you can go and you can celebrate, and you can get a picture of, or you can go watch a bus. You know what I mean? Every year or two, like, or longer. But the sorry,
no, makes up fake. They just make up fake ones.
Hey, I won that. Yeah. But yeah, you won that.
Well, yeah, physically.
Actually, Tom won that.
Physically, I helped to win that.
Technically, Tom won that, and I hired Tom. So I'm like the director of football. But yeah, sorry.
Director shit.
Archie McVicker says punishment for celebration is stupid unless it's dangerous or offensive.
Yeah, that's the thing.
What's an offensive celebration?
Well, what do you want me to do?
I want you to do one right now.
Give us your top 5 offensive celebrations.
Is it though?
Yeah, is it though? That depends who's interested.
It's funny. It's
no, I agree. I think there's laws of decency in certain things, isn't there? Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, within reason. But I agree. I think as long as you're not, like anything in life, as long as you're not inciting hatred, then if you're inciting joy, then it's the exact opposite. It should be commended, surely. Go on, Ross.
The Rock Leo 8 says this incident shows why football fans are getting further away from modern football.
Well, quite the opposite. It shows that they're getting closer.
Get on the pitch.
You speak to anyone from the 60s and 70s, they loved a good pitch invasion and all that sort of stuff.
Well, you look at the footage from that era, and there's ones where they literally stepped on the other side of the sponsor board. I've seen players getting tripped up by supporters on the pitch, and they turn round and they lamp a supporter and all that kind of stuff.
The good old days!
The good old days of physical violence. I'm not suggesting
the league.
I'm not suggesting we go back to that in any way, shape or form, of course not, because that would be ridiculous. But it's like give random moments, like pre-season games for us. Like there was like a I would say pitch invasion, but it was a bunch of kids at full time running on the pitch and having a laugh and cartwheeling and all that, having a buzz and having an amazing time. Like theoretically, they're breaking the law doing that, but all the stewards went, "Oh, whatever, it's for kids," and then everyone just got off and went home.
That's a crime.
Yeah, exactly.
And it'd be crime to catch them and touch them as well.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the other part. That's the other part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Go on, Ross. One more. He had no more prepared, did he?
No, because it's pretty mixed. Lots of people saying that it's rules are rules, and other people are saying...
Who's saying it's rules? It's rules. Go on.
No,
go on, just grab one. Give me a name.
Give me
an address.
Mini Martin 1307.
Which camera I am, Tom? You're a knobhead.
Okay. Grifter HD says definitely a second yellow. Daniel Russell says not like he jumped in the home end. See, that's the thing. Like again, I think the Adebayor thing is at the limits of what you should be able to do in celebration.
Going in against the opposition fans, that'd be interesting.
But imagine you would.
How hard have you got to be to jump in and be like? I don't know a player that could do it. I don't know even. Oh, Cantona tried.
Someone just said, like,
I've never known a player in my life to jump there on
apart from my favourite player,
the guy I was thinking of.
The guy that's the lock screen on my phone, that guy. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Ross.
Mike Dean made a good decision. If he didn't, then he would have done his job and wouldn't have done his job good and would have got fined by the FA.
Well, you're right. This is not the referee. This is not the referees. The referee, as you said, this is the point. The rules are the rules as far as the referee is concerned, because you can't take your shirt off, you can't dive into the crowd. It's a booking by the letter of the law. So the referee's got to do what he's got to do, because then why would he potentially lose his level as a referee or whatever? Does he want to be refereeing in the Championship next week because he gets bollocked for letting?
Would he
Raheem
really
Sterling
though? I
do
mean,
that,
Mike Dean is in a position
probably
where
would, to be
Mike Dean's in a position there where he can go. He went over. I didn't see him go into the crowd. I seen the crowd. There's a way to explain that, and he's Mike Dean, isn't he? You know, he what he wants.
There's got to be some circumstance to that, and there's got to be a bit of context. And again, you're not 15 minutes into the game.
FA you're talking about.
Yeah, no, true. But it's not fist pumping when you fight your fifth goal or 5-0. It's not goal mental. It's a winning goal in added on time at the end of a football match. So I say fuck it. I think you should be allowed to, and things should be changed in order to allow it. And one just to make you feel really good, Pavac Blažević just says Ped legend.
Well, obviously. Do you know one thing I would say about Mike Dean? This is odd. I'd love to see him on Strictly Come Dancing.
Can
you imagine?
Have you ever had the referee?
I'm not
Clattenburg's got his name down.
But
on
you see some of the movements he does when he's refereeing. He gives it all that, doesn't he? I'd love to see him on Strictly.
Do you know what? I saw him at a game actually. I've never seen a referee in plain clothes at a match before. And I went to TNS against Rijeka Champions League qualifier a few weeks ago, and he was just stood in front of us, Mike Dean. I was like, "Is that Mike Dean? It's Mike Dean, that."
There you go. What an amazing story.
Thanks very much
for bringing that to
TNS, dancing on the streets of TNS as they got dick.
Personally, I would have saved that for the autobiography, but you know.
Anecdotes like these and more on Full Time Devils, which you subscribe to. And also, of course, check out Ped on Toffee TV. I've got Channel Mates TV and the Red Men TV as well. Why, Ross, what's the matter? What have you done?
I haven't done anything.
Okay, well, I'm going to find out.
Chamberlain's gone to Chelsea.
Has he?
Oh, has he?
Who?
Oxlade-Chamberlain's gone to Chelsea.
Well, they agreed to fee with Arsenal.
Him and Ross. Ross will be there as well this week.
Interesting.
English
Will there be more news? Transfer news to follow. Transfer deadline day coming Thursday. I think 6:30 kick-off on the channel. So subscribe to the Bullshit channel. Get prepared for that. It's going to be absolutely amazing.
I'm not on it.